If you could see all the beauty products that I had to try just to put together tonight's show, well, it's a tough job, and I'm so glad I could do it for you. So again, this is just
There's no way. It's really out to get me. And your world just stops. I will die from cancer. Finding out I was pregnant was the best gift ever. And then when he came, it was just, oh my gosh, my world, my world. And it was like my husband and I were on cloud nine. Everything that we ever dreamed was coming true. I went to see my doctor just for kind of like a, wellness check. And he felt a lump. And he said, you're young, you're in your late 30s, but still, So I went and had a mammogram. The phone rang a couple days later. I was in my bedroom and I was sitting on the bed and I, of course, took the call. And the woman said, we need you to come in. I said, I can't come in, I work. I said, no, you really need to come in. And then the nurse burst into tears. And that was how I knew I had the first time. The denial that hits you, it can't be me. There's no way it could be me. I just had a baby, I'm too young. And in a way you feel like you let your family down.
Of course, the why us, it's tough, but there's been a lot of good to us that happens in our life. And then this, you're like, why us?
So I went through the normal protocol. I went and had the lump removed. They checked it. I went through radiation. I thought everything's fine. And then every 6 months, I went for my checkup every 6 months. And here it was coming to my last checkup before my 5th year of being clear. The second time was defeat. And I knew that it was going to kill me. And I kept thinking, what is my husband going to say to my son if I die? What's he going to tell him? And I just didn't want my son to grow up without me.
I think that go through cancer once, it's really hard to do. But if it ever comes back, from my perspective, that's just not fair. And so when she's then presented to us, we had a lot of work to do.
And that's what makes Moffitt so special, is that they had a path planned out for me that was different than anybody else ever told me. And it was a path that let me know I will be able to say, I am a breast cancer survivor, which I never felt that before.
We had to do a mastectomy. We could no longer preserve her breast because the cancer had come back. And for someone like her, who's highly visible professional, this was a big deal. To be able to go through what she went through and then be on air 6 weeks later, that's pretty hardcore.
Our customers did not know. In fact, I think this is one of the first times we've publicly talked about this. And anytime I would watch her on TV, of course I know, and I'm thinking, wow, talk about strength, talk about courage. It really puts that all into perspective.
I worried so much about everybody and what they would see on the outside of me. I have to let the world know now that you've got to check no matter what your age. And we know there's a cure, we just have to find it. We need to continue. We need to go ahead and get more funding for research so that more survivors like myself can be here tomorrow, the next day, watch our children graduate, and not have the cloud of cancer over their head.